Now, who's that?
It says Fritz Dressel.
It says Fritz Dressel.
Yeah.
No, really? Fritz
So
Dressel.
that's been when he was younger.
And who's Fritz?
Fritz was your grandpa.
Must have been Grandpa Dressel when he was younger. I never saw that picture before because that was his name was Fritz, but that was Grandpa when he was younger. And this is Grandpa and Grandma Dressel, Dad's parents, and their family when they were kids. Here's Dad right here, and Dad and Emil. That looks like Elizabeth there. I don't know. This is Herbert. Herbert was a baby. This is Oscar. That's probably Uncle Robert.
Then this must be Mary then instead of Elizabeth.
Well, that could be Mary, yeah.
But that's your dad on the right, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's a kid.
Looks almost like Levi there.
Who's that?
Now is that Dad?
Yeah,
that don't look like it.
Yeah, that's Dad. Well, Dad was 32 years old when he got married. Mother was 23. Now that's their wedding picture. It's more than we could. We couldn't afford weddings like that. Well, at least they got a wedding.
Yeah.
At least he's got a veil on and everything. And this was probably her second marriage. You know, the folks were married twice.
I didn't know
Dad
that.
said the first time they got married a Yankee Doodle way. Then they went, Mother's uncle, John, our Uncle John, her brother John was a minister.
John
And
Gamaliel.
he lived back in what state?
He was in Russell, Kansas when I visited
Well,
them.
anyhow, he was back east and he was a minister. And when they went to visit him, evidently, on their honeymoon, he didn't think that marriage was right. So he remarried him.
I didn't know that.
But they always went with their first date.
Yeah.
Okay, Emmy, you know more about that than I did, but I think it's Mom and Dad's honeymoon.
Yeah, that's a honeymoon up at the Balance Rock there in,
Somewhere in Colorado.
I don't know for sure I'm not sure what place
What they call it.
Suppose that rock is still there?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that's a Balance Rock.
I think Irene was just there a year ago, and she took a picture in front of that,
Yeah.
just like this.
I took pictures of it too. Dom and I were there
Yeah.
one year. We went through there. It's kind of Colorado, somewhere on Colorado Springs. Yeah, we went. And there's Uncle Oscar, Uncle Herbert, isn't it? Yeah, that's Uncle Herbert. There's Aunt Martha and Uncle Herbert, their wedding picture. Was he married in 1914? Probably so. It was a year after I was born.
Martha came over on a boat with Mom when Mom was 13 from Germany.
Yeah.
She was more than likely born in Germany. I don't know who that guy is either.
Oh, how about Otto Wagner?
Oh,
could've
yeah,
been when
Otto
he-
Wagner, Uncle Otto.
When he
Yeah,
was
when
younger,
he was
yeah.
younger, didn't recognize him. Yeah, he's the one that had the wife that died of childbirth and had 3 older girls.
Mm.
Now there's the
Wagner
three
girl.
There's 3 Wagner girls, and that's their father's name was Uncle Otto, and this is Louisa when she was a baby. See all the long dresses they had on them?
Yeah.
And one of those girls is Emma. I have about 3 cousin Emmas. No, that's our cousin Barbara Gamelik and her husband. Evidently, her husband, what the heck was his name? I
Does it say anything up
Barbara and can't think of what his name was. That was one of my mother's brother's oldest girl. And there's Aunt Matilda. That was another aunt.
That's Uncle John, the German minister's wife.
Yeah, it says Matilda Gamelik.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this the mother's brother that was a minister, and that was his wife,
Huh.
Matilda. Yeah, there's the old sod house. Well, that's when it was first built, and that's Grandpa and Dad, Grandma and Mother, and then that's Louise the baby in that picture.
Who built that house?
Well, I guess Dad did.
Really?
Probably with some help of his brothers. I never did know, but it's built out of sod.
It
And
looks like a dog over
Yeah,
there
oh yeah,
too.
we had a dog, I think his name was Teddy, and he lived for many years. That picture was one of the first pictures when it was taken, because us kids had to sleep upstairs, and so had to be remodeled. It had to have a window up here on the south side on one of the later pictures. And that was really when he was first, well, Louise was just a baby, so see, they got that homestead in, Louise was born in 1909. So he must have got that home, and she was born in November of 1909. And they were still in Kansas when she was born in Kansas, and Dad came out here and got this. So it must have been 1908 when he purchased this property.
How much property was with it?
160 acres.
So he was did he farm it?
Oh yeah, that's what his livelihood was, farming. That's how we raised all us kids on that. He couldn't have done it with any other way. Because we had to raise all our livestock and all our meat and all our
milk cows,
gardening, and we had cows, and we had lots of cows. We had 9 milk cows at one time, and Louise and Ann and I each milked 3 cows, morning and night. Then we'd have to get up and we'd help get breakfast, have our breakfast, do the dishes, and fix our lunch, and walk to school a mile and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. We lived in that house. I was born in that house. We were all born in that house, but Louise was born in Kansas. And then, in fact, I don't think Ann was born here, because they had another shed called a granary where he kept the grain later on. I think they lived in that before they built this house. And I think Ann was born in the granary, and I think I was the first one born in that house, and all the rest of us was born in that house.
Did the doctor come to deliver?
Oh yes, evidently he came. And in 15 miles he had to come from, we lived 15 miles from Sterling, and the doctor came down from Sterling. And he all seemed to be there with Dad's help. So we were all born there. Now that's another picture. That's with Dad with his mules, and his dad there, and Grandpa there, and Grandma and Louise there. This is our smokehouse. This is where Dad smoked all the meat. You know, every year he'd butcher about 3 pigs, and then he'd smoke the sausages and smoke the bacon, and that was a smokehouse. And then these are other sheds over here. This was where we had our goats, and we had a couple of goats. And then back here we had a pig pen. I don't know which one of these houses was a pig pen. That back one there, the pig house.
Probably.
Yeah, that looks like two mules and 1 horse. There. What was your mule's names?
Maud and Pete. And I don't know, we had several horses. I don't know what that one horse's name was. I'm not sure if they were the same horses I know or not. Maybe they had a different team before when I came along. I don't remember.
Grandma and Mom and
that looks like
Louise. That's
just
just
like a shadow. See, Louise was quite
young there.
Young there, I'm not sure. And there was mother's mother, Grandma Barbara was her name, and this is Louise, and this is Ann. That's a Gemelli, yeah. And I never did know Grandpa. He died before I was born, I think.
Grandpa Gamalik.
Yeah, that's a picture. I remember that very well. That's Levi. I was always taking care of the babies. I was taking care of Levi. This is me. I haven't been watching him because he probably couldn't even walk yet. And that's Leonard. I don't know.
Got 2 dogs there.
And that's Verna.
You always thought that was so cute, the way she was
Now
standing.
this shows the sod. This shows the sod there. And then later on in years, he put cement on the outside of it, so it looked much better. Well, that's Uncle Robert in his sod house. I don't remember that sod house, but I know that was his. Must have torn it down when I got old enough to know what was going on. That picture, that was taken before my time, and it's just an old picture that was taken, let's see, the Burdette post office, and
Yeah, it says mail.
I don't ever remember that building at all. It was gone when I...
Well, somebody wrote on here, looks like Katie and...
Yeah.
Grandma or something.
That was Mother there, and that was, what does that say, Grand?
Oh, and there's arrows pointing.
Yeah.
There might be a closer one. Oh, no.
Oh, that's not. Well, yeah, that's a closer one. That's that post office. That's the same picture. I think it is closer, but it's...
This one's got an X by that lady and an X by that guy.
Here's Aunt Mary. I recognize her, Aunt Mary, and her two
That's
kids.
Mama's, Dad's brother.
This is Louise here, so that must be Mother back there.
Yeah, that looks like her.
Yeah. I don't see Dad on there. Yeah, that was 65 years ago, and now when was that? Been more than 65.
Yeah.
It was 65 years ago when they mailed it.
1910.
Yeah. Because they used to have to go there to get their mail, but then when I remember, we had mail delivered at our house, but a mail route, you know.
Yeah.
That's an old picture, and this is my grandpa and grandma over here, and this is me. That's my baby.
Yeah?
That's the only baby picture I have. I have an enlargement of that. And this is Louis.
Grandpa and Grandma Dressel?
Yes.
Or
And this
Gamele?
no, Dressel, Dad's folks.
Okay.
And this is Mother here.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't find Dad on. That's not Dad back there. And here's Louise and Ann, and that's when that was taken when I was a baby.
Yeah.
So it's a long old picture. I never could find Dad on that picture. He may not have been there. Mother made a, I think one year, I'm not sure where this was taken at. It might be taken in Kansas. One year, Mother took the three of us girls on the train, and maybe Dad wasn't there that time. Now there we are now. That's when Leonard was a baby, and we went to this place to have our pictures taken, and I cried because I wanted to hold Leonard.
This is her here.
And that's me right here. I was 4 years old. Just like I'm here in Florene, she's only 2 years.
No, I'm not. I'm not on there.
Berna's 2 years old.
Yeah.
But she looks older than that. Well, anyhow, I wanted to hold Leonard. Of course, no more like it was the thing. Louise was the oldest. That's what she should have done. But me, I wanted to hold him, and I cried, and so they gave me this darn doll to hold. In one of the pictures, I had my hand. I was so mad, I put my hand over the face of that doll. I have an enlargement like that. Only mine is just a little bit different. I mean, it's about the same. But my hand was over the face of that doll. I'm surprised they looked that good after crying because I wanted to hold him. Oh, that's another picture was taken. I don't know. It might have been Dad's car. I can't remember the car. But then that's Louise there. Oh, that's probably me. This is Levi. I always thought that was so cute, a Levi.
He's wearing a dress.
Well, yeah, well, back then, in them days of...
You had to wear hand-me-downs,
No, babies wore long dresses. And he was a baby. He's just sitting there. And there's Verna and Wilma, our cousin Wilma there. I think that's Ann. And I'm not sure, but this looks like Leonard.
Who's the kid with the tire pump? Looks like that kid has a tire
Yeah,
pump.
I don't know who that kid is. It's a cousin of ours.
There's an adult back there.
I don't know who that is either, but they're all relatives. This is Leo, and I'm not sure. Might be Herbert back there.
Whose car?
Huh? Yeah,
Whose car?
I think it's Dad's car. And that's Hollis Paulin up there. Another cousin. They're all cousins.
Is this in Colorado?
Yes, it was in Colorado. Right in front of that sod house that you... Oh, there we are in our old schoolhouse. That's the one, the schoolhouse. I graduated from the from that little...
That was grade school.
Grade school,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I went through the darn place down in school for 8 years right there. And I know a lot of my friends are, a couple of them are still alive. A lot of them are not there anymore. Did you ever figure out where we were? No, this is me right here. Right there,
With
yeah.
the kind of plaid sleeves?
Yeah, plaid blouse on underneath there. This is Harold Posell, Ann's husband, and of course that's Ann back there. And I'm trying to, and Levi and Leonard are down here in the front row, but I can't seem to recognize them with this picture. Well, Verna's on there. Oh, where's Verna? Here's Verna right there.
Yeah.
And that's Ruth, Isla's sister. And then, of course, Harold's brother, I think this is Bill back there, or I don't know, his name is Elmer.
Is some of the other Posell kids on there?
Oh yeah, there's Margaret and Marie and Margaret Posell. I graduated with Margaret from high school. And this
She's
is,
still living.
She's still living, and she's my same age. And here's another friend of mine. Where is Isla? Isla's always next to me. I think that's Isla.
Yeah.
She's my age, and Margaret's my age. So, and
Which is what?
which is 93 years old.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a birthday pretty soon. I'm going to be 94 in
Yeah?
a few months, in a
Wow.
few days.
Wow.
Yeah, but I don't. Now that's my grandpa and grandma's 50th wedding anniversary, and that's all the grandkids there. And I guess they were all there. Here's Leonard right here.
Yeah, that looks like Leonard.
And here's Irene. And here's Levi. Does that look like just like Levi?
Yeah, it does.
Dale was a baby. This was Dale. And then his cousin Cleo was there. And here's Verna and our cousin Wilma. And there's Ann back there. And our three cousins from Kansas were right back there. And this is Louise and this is me. I was 12 years old when that picture was taken. Yeah. And
Those were the Wagner girls.
yeah, And then all the others are...
And I wasn't there yet.
No, you weren't there. You weren't even thought of yet.
Where was this taken?
In Colorado, at my grandpa and grandma's house. It was outside. It was taken outside. They had a nice frame house, and it was taken there. Now that's a picture I'm telling you about how nice they're dressed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, for way back then. This is Mother right here. This is Aunt Mary. This is Dad's sister Mary. And this is his sister-in-law, Lenny. This is Dad here, and this is Mother. This is Uncle George, and that's man and wife there, Mary's husband, George. Uncle Emil, this is Uncle Emil, and this is his wife, what in the heck was her name? Lenny. And then Uncle Robert never was married.
He died out here in Oregon, and he's buried up there by Mom and Dad.
This is Uncle Dad's brother Oscar, and that's his wife Ida. And Uncle Herbert there, his youngest brother, and this is his wife Martha. And this is Uncle Otto, and that's
That's the father of those three girls we said, Wagner girls.
Yeah, and his wife, her name was Elizabeth, the Dad's sister, and she died of childbirth when her fourth child. She had those three girls, and Uncle Otto had to raise them girls, and Grandpa and Grandma helped raise them.
They said, did you ever hear the story that they were sitting out on the porch watching a parade go by on the 4th of July or something, and someone threw a snake and landed in her lap, and she had a heart attack and died, and of course she was pregnant and the baby died too.
Yeah, well, I heard it was a firecracker they threw in her lap or something. It was something that scared her, and she lost her baby and lost her life.
Man.
And the kids were, those three girls were real young when that happened.
And that's us when we came out to Oregon. It didn't turn out to be a very good picture there. Can you lighten it up more? And another picture. Mother's back there, and you can't even see her.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's Verna
and
holding me.
That's Florene right there, and that's Irene there, and this is Leonard and Levi.
This looks like Leonard here. He's always.
Yeah, and Levi.
And this looks like Louise.
Oh, yeah,
that's Ann.
Yeah, and that's me right there.
With the straw.
Yeah.
Looks like a covered wagon in the back.
Yeah, that's what we came out here in. Dad built that cover over there, and
it was about a 28
And
1928 Ford
no, not
truck?
1928. It was probably older than that, probably 1927. But we came out in 1928.
Yeah.
I think he had the truck a little bit.
A year, okay.
Yeah. Now that's Verna and me when we were teenagers. I don't remember how old it was then, but it must have been, well, I was 15 when we left Colorado, and then I had a 16th birthday, so I would have to be at least 16 on that.
And that's down on River Street, that.
Yeah, that's down on where we lived, down on by the railroad track.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of our family pictures after we came to Oregon. And look at Florene, how there she is there.
Yeah,
And
That's you?
that's me.
Florene. That's Dale.
Yeah.
Irene. And Florene was pregnant with one of the kids, so she's back there, and that's me. Of course, Dad, and there's Levi, Mother, Leonard, Louise, and Ann.
And Leonard's holding a little pot thing over Ann's shoulder.
A pot?
A little ceramic pot about yay big.
Or-
Well, that's a family gathering too. That was up at, probably up there at our house up on by the railroad track. There's Henry and Louise. There's Narita there when she was a baby. And well, here's Shirley probably. There's Shirley, and this is Dale, Florene. I don't know who.
That's Orville, Rex, and Virgil there.
Yeah. And
then Levi.
There's
Ann.
Dad back there, and this is me back there, and Don back there, Ann back there. I don't know, maybe that's Harold, I don't know. I can't.
No, it's Leonard.
Levi there.
That's Leonard.
Oh, Leonard.
that Henry?
That's Henry. This is Louisa and Henry's family right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
The three boys and the girl.
Yeah, we had quite a few family pictures taken every once
And
in a
that's Dom back there.
Yeah. And me right back there.
Irene's right behind Dale there.
Yeah, I guess Lloyd wasn't there. That could be Lloyd back there.
No,
he said it was
that's Leonard.
Leonard. Well, Lloyd wasn't there yet then, or later.
No, they won't even talk.
No, it was taken before.
That was right after all you guys got married.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the mother, and that's
Orville, Rex, and Virgil. Narita and Shirley.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's down on 9th and River.
Yeah, right. So that's when the girls were quite young. Oh, that's a different.
A little later, because that looks like Orville there.
Yeah, it is. And this looks like Virgil here.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure.
And Narita and Shirley.
Yeah, there's.
It looks like Rex. This looks like Curdy.
Yeah.
So my mom and Narita must have been pretty close.
They
Oh,
were.
you
They
know.
was 3 months apart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They grew up together, and
Yeah.
you know, they were really.
So who would the baby be?
Who's the babies?
Who would the babies, I should say?
Let's see. Well, who would the babies be then?
Maybe Larry?
Well, let's see.
This could be Bill Dressel here. If this is Larry, that could be Bill.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't recognize him.
Well, now wait a minute. There's
Yeah, this is Curtis, and this is Edith, and this is Marion. This is all the outlaws.
Yeah, that's Dom.
Dom and Harold and I think Lloyd back there.
Yeah, yeah. That's. They had to take pictures of the in-laws. Now who's that?
That's Dale
Oh, that's
in his
younger days.
I don't know if he was actually the Air Force
I
uniform
think he just had that.
had
for-
that on when he rode his motorcycle.
I think that's what he had that on. He had a motorcycle at one time. Florene can tell you about the ride she got on it.
Come all the way from North Portland to Newburgh, and then he gave me hell when I got home. When I lean,
Go
you
on.
lean with me. And I leaned the opposite way. And he was cutting traffic coming down 99, lickety-cut. And then-
I don't think you wanted to go for any more
No, I
motorcycle.
didn't want to go for no more motorcycle ride with him.
That's
When Ida and Uncle Oscar were out here visiting.
yeah.
That's that's Henry there, and Oscar, and Leonard and Harold. That must be
Darryl.
Butcher, Darryl 1. There's Marion, and that's Curdy, I think.
And who are these little kids down
And
below?
then this looks like Jerry or Bill 1. This is Edith and Levi, and Dad and Mom, and Louise and Aunt Ida. That's
Ann.
and Ann, yeah.
I wasn't there on that picture. I wasn't up here when they came out here. There's a picture of me taking it at Seaside in front of the Brelton Motel where we lived. And I managed that motel. And that's a picture I took when they had a storm down there one winter, and Ann and Harold was down and had Butch, he was the baby, and they happened to be down visiting us. We were up on the prom, down the Seaside when that picture where you showed me. And Don was sleeping because he had to work nights. He was out plowing snow up on the Sunset. And I went out and took pictures. I took that picture. And then I had the picture developed, and the guy that developed it, he stole my picture and was making postcards and selling them. And I happened to go down to the drugstore that day and saw that picture. And I knew had to be my picture, and I went down and I jumped him about it. He stole my picture.
Yeah.
There's Irene and Lloyd's wedding picture. The 1939.
June the 2nd, 1939.
And that's Dom and my picture.
Wedding picture.
Wedding picture. And we were married in 1935. That's the same year that Norita and Shirley were born. But that looks like Florene.
Yeah.
And Prince.
1940.
They were teenagers there too. How old were you?
1946.
How old were you when you got married? 19 or
19, I think.
And there's your mom there.
Grandma.
Our grandma. Oh, there's Henry and Louise and their family. Well, this is Rex, and this is...
No, this is Orville.
Orville, Rex,
Norita,
and Virgil.
And that was taken in Colorado at Ida and Uncle Oscar's golden
50th wedding anniversary.
This is Shirley, Berna, and Darryl, Dad, and Uncle Oscar, and Ida, and my son Doug, Ann and Louise, and myself, and Prince, and Phyllis.
I didn't go back to that.
Yeah, we went back to that.
And there's Dad. That's a good picture of Dad.